What's going on, guys? Welcome back. 2026 for Rivals is fixing to be a pretty big year, right? We're officially out of the old, new game smell and onto what I like to call the golden years for the game. And it got me thinking, outside of new heroes that we want, what do we actually want to come to the game in 2026 and beyond? And instead of making a list, I decided, let me go to Twitter and see what you guys want to have added to the game. And to my shock, man, this thing blew up. We had over 1,000 responses, an absolute awesome turnout. And naturally, over 20% of you guys saw the non-heroes part and said, okay, but what if I just put my hero anyway? You had one job. But we still got a list. We still got a list together that we're going to go through today of all the things that you guys want added to the game. A lot of cool stuff in here. Let's jump in. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and pull up Twitter, look at the post, and see what you guys had to say. And first up, we got True Vanguard, but alongside a lot of other tweets. But let's read his first. He wants to see a full expansion to the zombies mode. New maps, new bosses, new, extension to the card mechanics to build up the heroes and more. And I've got to say, fully agree with this. And on top of this, just a ton of you guys just put more PvE. I've got to say, what Rivals does very well outside of being just a fun competitive hero shooter is it does the best job letting us play like Marvel heroes and feel like we're playing damn Marvel badass characters, right? And the arcadeness of this game, can't be ignored. A lot of fun ways to put this thing together, and they've kind of tested this throughout last year, with a big head mode and a couple of the other limited time game modes. But I don't think it was until Zombies came out that, True Vanguard, good point here. Not only did the player numbers show it, because tons of people came to play just Zombies, even people that have not played for a while, but PvE can truly fit into this game, even way more so, too soon, than something like Overwatch, because the Marvel IP, face it or not, you've got Zombies, which they can expand massively. It came out in October, but I think, dude, PvE in this game could be insane, right? For a quick example, we look at villains, or at least I do, like Galactus, as I show a couple of tweets on the screen here, people saying PvE. Like, Galactus is a great villain that's probably not going to come to the game. I did have the idea in my one video about him being in the ult for Silver Surfer. But let's take Galactus, for example. What if you could have 6 of your buddies, or 5 of you guys, getting into a lobby, and you've got a raid boss in Galactus, a PvE experience where you're playing with these Marvel heroes and really like feeling like you're playing what you watched growing up or read about in the comics. So like you could do, big levels and, horde mode stuff like Zombies, but there's also like the sky is kind of the limit, right? Not saying they could, but I mean, can you imagine if we had like our own damn Infinity War in here, just everybody rushing out versus, villain? There's so many angles they could take PvE, and because of this kind of card system that they've done, it allows you to have the base kits in the game and then expand on that, and then even sometimes look at those kits that they've cooked up and then bring them into balance, kind of like Thor did in the recent patch. So I think PvE, I think True Vanguard nailed this. Tons of people came back, and is definitely the most responded to or most liked comment in the entire list. People want to see PvE, and I want to know down below, is this something you guys want to see more of? Now, I try to organize all these as we move on to the next one in order of what was the most liked. And of course, the most liked tweet was Boger, who put, I want you. At least buy me dinner first. Moving on. The next most liked comment, and something we saw a ton of, and I've actually seen concepts in Reddit, is Lord Icons compatible with skins. Now, I don't know if Lord Icon is the right thing, maybe just icons with skins, and this is a tough one, but I think it's going to lean into some of our other points. This is very much requested. There are some hiccups as far as just, quickly looking at the select screen and seeing who's who. Some of the skins can kind of get a little bit complicated. But aside from Lord Icons, I think that should be something special in its entirety. But I do think it'd be cool to have, the icons there available while you're playing. Maybe they can do it like the custom ult thing for a while, and it's only for you to see at like first, and then if people really like it, then they just add it for everybody to see. That's an approach they can definitely do. Like, there's so many skins in this game, and it'd be cool, because that's how the game makes money, that if you bought the skin, you get that, the highlight intro, whatever. But then also to have that, I think would be a nice addition. People have a lot of mock-ups here, and I think this is just a cool thing that they can customize and completely add to. So shout out to all these people. Definitely something that I would want to see personally. But honestly, my probably most requested thing, and I've been saying this for a while, is our third point. A lot of tweets point out as we show those cycling through is character mastery, or just like a rework of the Prestige Lord system, right? Game's been out a year. Some people, the shower list have every single hero unlocked. And because of that, the level cap, all that, I think should rise up, and we should either have a prestige system or make Lord something that goes far beyond it. Maybe truly show if someone has mastered a hero. Don't know how they can do this, but instead of like repeatable tasks, maybe it's a list of things they have to do, a total damage, total heal, whatever it might be. And you could get some really cool things, right? I know other games, I'm going to use Smite as an old example, have golden skins, like everything's golden. Picture diamond form on Emma, but it's all golden. And that, shows you, wow, that person has mastered that hero through and through. Maybe a title, a custom emote. There's a lot they could do here, but I think it's, a game that's focused and all about heroes and, give people a reason more to grind. Eventually, you're stuck in damn Grandmaster, maybe Bronze, I don't know your story. And there's not much you can do to, progress in the game. So even if you're kind of just, winning 2, losing 2, you might as well have something to work towards. So I think this is definitely one of the things that I would like to see the most. They can only prioritize so much, but this feels like it's a win-win. They're going to get user retention, but also people are going to feel rewarded for free. So personally, I think that's something that they definitely should add to the game. Next up, we go to number 5. I think this is a pretty good one. This guy wants different announcers for the game. And I think this is a home run tweet, man. A lot of likes on this one. Because listen, Galacta, is iconic now for the game. When the game was announced, everybody was like, who the hell is that? But I think it'd be sick if we had different announcer packs within the game, right? So you could buy these, they can make money off it. Hey, Netties, go on, we love money. But like you could have infamous villains, maybe Doctor Doom, Khonshu, for example. One guy said you, Cozy. I don't know, that'd sell 1 pack. But either way, I think it'd be really cool just to have, somebody go into the voice studio. I've met that team, they're great people, but have them record these lines and just throw them up. And if you want Galacta, great. But if you want something a little bit different, you can pay for it or earn it a season pass. Maybe they can add that. I think this is a great idea of something to mix up. And, for those that don't love Galacta, they can have Khonshu yelling at them. Next up, guys, this one just says remove Resource Rumble. Get it out. Listen, guys, I think that the team, they hit a lot of 10 out of 10s. They were streaking for a while. Great update. Awesome update. And then this came out. I think opinions are split. Some people enjoy it, but it probably needs to go into its own playlist. And even then, it's probably just a wasteland with like 7 people in it. Either way, not super well received. They were trying to bring it to competitive, and I think there's just not a lot of love for the mode, and there's more they can do to it. So let me know if you agree over there. On the same note, people also asked, can we remove bots from Quickplay? I think bots are there, obviously, if you're having a couple bad games. Sometimes it's like way too, like you'll have one bad game, and it's like, put them with 6 bots, let them get 50 KOs, and we all know it's bots too. It's pretty obvious. Maybe remove that, or at the very least in the settings you can like turn off your account to have bots if you want to actually get the experience in. Either way, let me know down below. Resource Rumble, what are our thoughts? And the bots, should we have that optional? Number 7 is a good one, and I think it's kind of interesting. Duplicates for bans. Okay, so obviously in like Ignite, when it's team specific, so if you ban Psylocke for their team, it's not banned for your team. That doesn't run into this problem, but pretty much everywhere else, often we run into duplicate bans. Take this season, for example, Daredevil is often, obviously not going to be in a lot of lobbies, but people ban them together, and then each side ban Daredevil, thus you wasted a ban. Now, sometimes there's no way around this. If they all put Daredevil and you all put Daredevil and no one changes that up, you can't do much, but I want to know y'all's opinion. Let's say a guy does Hawkeye, maybe 2 people on your team do Hawkeye, the rest is Daredevil, but the other team is solidly Daredevil. Should Hawkeye be included? And it kind of reads that in the system. I don't know if this is something they'll do, but I think it could go a long way. Some people might hate it because someone throws out a random Jeff ban on your team, and the guy who's playing Jeff Lord's like, what the hell, dude? Then you're fighting before the game starts, and you're done. It's over. Overall, though, I think this could be, a solid idea for the rank experience. And they also added to this real punishments for throwers. And this is always a balancing act, right? Because of people, they could be like professional throwers on purpose, and then they win trade, and you got all that garbage that I just can't imagine anybody spending their time doing that, but it does exist. But yeah, you know, there's nothing worse than somebody that leaves. I don't know about you. I just had a match yesterday. It was overtime. It was overtime. We were doing great, and this guy just left. He was just like, deuces, I've got whatever the hell he was doing, and it feels so bad. And most of the time, it makes me want to like just stop playing for the day. I'll be honest. So definitely, I think, you know, if you're gonna throw a game and it's like at least a one repeat offense, you're done. I don't know how long for, but at least, you know, I think it should be taken a little bit more seriously. So I do agree here. 8, pretty quick one, but return of Ultron Battle Matrix. You know, if you guys love TFT, if you got to play this mode, I think it was a good idea. All the limited time game modes to me seem like they're testing what we might like. Zombies, obviously a home run hit. This one I think was good in theory, but needs a lot more substance behind it. So I would love to see it come back personally. I think it was a fun mode, but they really have to expand on that idea. They're probably looking at the player numbers if people actually played a ton of it. I do expect it to come back. I think it could be its own independent thing, and just like PvE, you know, expand this game past hero shooters is something that I personally would like to see. And so Ultron's mode, maybe a year later, could be a welcome comeback for the game. Number 9. Now, this is something I've talked to J3 a lot about. We talked about this before. Is more access to custom games and just customization and even some of the limited time modes. You know, there's so many great creators out there. Personally, this is something I would love to do. We could make some awesome content, tournaments, and more with just more tools, right? Like, you know, obviously you can look at Overwatch. They've done a really good job with this and damn near perfected it. You know, I would love for them to give us access to all of these different customizable things that we can do. Now, a lot of you guys out there would be like, we don't want the devs spending their time on that. Who cares? But I think overall would be a really good thing for the game, the community, and it's definitely shown thus far. Tournaments, the esports scene, you name it. I think this could actually add a ton to it. Maybe you could go back and do the limited time modes or add big brain, big head mode, whatever you want. This is a cool idea. Would love for them to kind of lean into more of this for 2026. And then lastly, guys, oh, this one's going to be fun. Can't wait for the comments just to be absolutely flooded with this. Barely wanted to put it in there, but why not? Roll Q. I'm personally not I don't think Roll Q should be in Rivals, but there's a lot of like ideas floating out there right now. If you've been playing, especially at high rank, triple strategist is everywhere. So like, what do they do? Can they make it where if you pick 3 strategists on a team, it's 25% less healing overall? Like, is there a cap there? But they let you still play and imagine things. Like, I like the idea potentially of that, but who knows, right? I think there's so many heroes that have come to the game and they're, you know, adding anti-healing. Like, maybe they have a more of a plan, you know, down the line. Roll Q, though, was not liked by a ton of people. This was not a common opinion. Actually, a lot of people were anti that, and I think are anti that, and I'd probably be on that side. But, you know, gotta get the comments going some way. So let me know down below. Roll Q, so if you're a solo player, should you have your own Q? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. So there you go. That was it. That was the thousands of comments, you know, outside of all the Bring Us Ghost Rider XYZ of things that you guys want to come to the game outside of actual heroes. And man, I'm gonna have to do more of these videos because this was a ton of fun, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. I didn't really know how to like make it into a video, so if you enjoyed this, you know, let me know and I'll do more of these. If you haven't already, or if this is your first time, subscribe down below. Helps me out a ton as a creator as we continue to build this thing. And I can do even crazier content. I want to be able to start maybe even getting a team together, get more videos out because I have so many ideas, but only a limited amount of resources. Anyway, guys, good luck out there in the season 5.5. Until the next one, happy arrival.